How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with my Beat O Brady Bowl recap video. Ohio gets beat by East Carolina 37-20, and finally, I got a game right. I was 0-4 going into this game, and now I'm 1-4, and hopefully I can make a comeback. But anyways, this game started off 14-0 East Carolina, and you thought East Carolina was about to run away with it. And then they started going for it on fourth down a couple times. They got stopped twice in a row. Ohio made some. They took advantage of those turnovers, scored some points, kicked an onside kick, and looked like they were about to come back. They did. It was tied at halftime, 17-17, and it was that way for a good while. And then they took the lead, and East Carolina came roaring back. And what started all of it for East Carolina though was it was 20-17 after a missed field goal. And then East Carolina got the football back, and it was going to be 3rd and long. And then the middle linebacker for Ohio was called wrongfully for a late hit. I think that might have been the worst call I have seen all year out of all the targeting calls, anything. That was an absolute horrible call. The guy made a great open field tackle, and when he tackled him, how was it a late hit? First of all, he brought him to the ground. As he was getting up, he kind of shoved his foot. He had hold of his foot and kind of shoved it towards the ground. And they called a late hit on that. He shoved his foot. That's what he was holding on to his foot and kind of shoved it down. That's 15-yard penalty. East Carolina ended up going downfield scoring, and they did not look back after that. They got all the momentum after that score and ended up winning the game. Scored 20 straight points after that game. after that penalty, and that was it. Once they took the lead, there was no looking back. Ohio couldn't do anything on offense after that. Tyler Tettleton looked pretty good in the first half, but when he was forced to stay in the pocket, he made some bad throws. Ended up throwing 3 interceptions, and it was after that call, the game was completely changed. And who knows what happens if they don't make that call, because Ohio could have got the football back and gone down the field again and up with the lead at that point. But that was just a horrible call, unfortunate for Ohio. We'll never know what happened if it wasn't called, but still, a great game from East Carolina offensively, especially in the first quarter. Second quarter, mid-third quarter was kind of a dud. They kind of screwed up with those 2 missed fourth down conversions. But still, Shane Carden had an absolute great game. That catch he made was a jaw dropper. That was crazy, absolutely crazy. I thought it was gonna be picked off. The ball was in the air forever. The wide receiver threw it on a double pass to the quarterback, Shane Carden, and double covered. He went up and made the grab, and that was an insane. That has to be a Sports Center top 10 catch. But Ventavious Cooper for East Carolina had I think the best game in the history of the BFO Brady Bowl. Great game, about surpassed 200 yards. He ended up with 198 yards on 25 carries, 2 touchdowns. He made some absolute great plays, and just a great game from him, and a great game from Shane Carden. He was 29-45, 273 yards and a touchdown. He kind of struggled a little bit in the third quarter, but they just came roaring back in the fourth and just took complete control. The third quarter, it was a dud too. Nobody really. Well, actually, I apologize. It was 14-17 at halftime. East Carolina with the lead. My apologies. And then Ohio tied the game in the third, and then the fourth quarter is when all the action happened. But anyways, yeah, the turn of the game was the one penalty, which I thought was horrible, man. If you're an Ohio fan watching this video, let me know what you thought about that goal, because I know you're not too happy about it. East Carolina fans too, let me know what you thought about it, because I know there's no way you thought that was an action that should have been called, because that was horrible. Like I said, probably the worst call I've seen all season. How is that a late hit? It wasn't a hit. He shoved his foot down. He had a hold of his foot and just kind of slung it down aggressively, yes, but not worthy of a 15-yard penalty and a late hit call. If anything, call unnecessary roughness, not late hit. That was horrible, absolutely horrible. But official stats for the game: total yards 568 to 435 in favor of East Carolina. East Carolina had 281 rushing yards, 107 for Ohio. 75 yards of penalties for East Carolina and 60 for Ohio. Tyler Tettleton ended up 21 of 40, 228 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions. He ended up getting hurt there at the end of the game. Bo Blankenship only had 66 yards. He needed, I think, 140 to surpass 1,000 on the year. Dante Foster had that early long touchdown pass, which really kind of shifted the momentum a little bit in Ohio's way. It was an option pass, and absolute busted coverage, wide open, and hit him right in the hands. But that was actually the backup quarterback that threw that one. Uh, so that was interesting. But anyways, I expected East Carolina to control this game more than they did. They ended up, I mean, obviously kind of being, I guess you could say, a blowout in the fourth quarter. But if you watch the whole game, it definitely was not a blowout. I expected them to control the game from start to finish, and they didn't. Ohio put up way more of a fight than they did, and good game to Ohio. And congratulations to East Carolina and their fans. Great fan base, actually. If you didn't know, East Carolina sells out every single game they have in about a 50,000-60,000 capacity stadium. So it's like it's a big time college environment there in East Carolina. So great program, and maybe they'll get to move up to a better conference soon. I think they're actually moving to the AAC in a year or two, to be big for the program because they deserve it. Ruffin McNeil's a great coach. I know the players love him. The first bowl win since 2007, so a big win for the program. They deserve it. 10-3 season, a great season. So congratulations to East Carolina on a great season, and they'll be good next year because they have Shane Carden coming back for one last year. Maybe they can move into wide receiver, see what they can do there. But is Ventavious Cooper a senior? Because if not, they're going to have another great offensive year next year. Ventavious Cooper is a senior. Yes, he is. Well, they still have Shane Carden coming back. They'll find somebody. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought about this game in the comment section below. And follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/SRTR. Until next time, guys. Peace. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, by the way. Well, actually, I'll come at you tomorrow with the recap of the Hawaii Bowl. But if you don't see that video, Merry Christmas. See you.